Hello, today we're going through Mika's friendship level 4 voice signs, seeing what he thinks about people, learning more about his vision, and more. There's going to be video chapters down below, so if you're going to skip to the part you want to hear about, you're free to. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. Mundane tasks.
Making camp, starting a fire, cooking food, and maintaining equipment. These are all essential tasks that must be done. If the others dislike such duties and if I can, manage them to a satisfactory degree, then the least I can do is to help out. That way, everyone can have a breather and relax a little.
The thing about that though is that people can easily take advantage of you because of it. These are tasks that everyone should do. Everyone has their main roles, but these are like just little tasks that everyone does like a little part of it. But if Mika's taking on all of that, I kind of feel bad for him. Feels like he's kind of getting taken advantage of. He definitely doesn't seem like a guy who can stand up for himself. I may be wrong about that, but from what I've seen so far, he does seem like that kind of person, and you can easily be taken advantage of. Be careful, Mika. About the vision.
To be honest, even I was amazed that I managed to receive a vision. It's really come in handy, but I shouldn't completely rely on its powers. Instead, I prefer to think of it as a sort of safeguard to use in case something happens. As a member of the Knights of Favonius, I should place more importance on team cooperation and come up with ways to overcome difficulties together with my teammates.
I mean, it's always good when a character doesn't rely on their vision, because relying on one thing to just work constantly, it can go wrong very quickly. Like, it definitely has its uses and its benefits, but if, for example, if that was taken away from you, can you do anything to either get that back, or will you be left useless? With the Vision Hunt decree, a lot of people became useless after they lost their visions, probably because they relied too much on it, and when they lost it, they was like, oh, I can't do anything now. For example, previously we heard with Dia that she was like, yo, there's been a lot of legendary mercenaries that have become legendary without a vision. Like, it's definitely a thing that you shouldn't become dependent on. However, it is a useful tool. About the sly Kaeya.
Before joining the Knights, I had to take a number of exams. Captain Kaeya was the main person in charge of all the testing.
Oh.
He was really supportive and gave me all kinds of tips, but sometimes I would struggle to understand what he was saying. I would get worried that I was not keeping up with his pace and that I was letting him down.
I mean, fair enough with not getting what he was saying. The man can be very cryptic sometimes, so I don't blame Mika on that part. The thing with Kaeya is he's trying to be supportive, but he can be mischievous sometimes, you know, throwing in a few lies now and then just to get like a little bit of entertainment of tricking people. I mean, it's not like he's gonna outright tell you the truth. Only some people have gotten that privilege. But yeah, Kaeya definitely walks down a certain path and at his own pace. I don't really think you have to worry about letting him down though, Mika. About Varka.
Grand Master Varka is not only a strong leader who commands respect, but also my personal combat instructor.
Oh, okay.
He taught me to think on my feet and avoid engaging enemies at close combat to make up for my small stature and relative lack of stamina. Following his advice, I learned how to fight with a polearm and crossbow, and I must say, this fighting style is far more suitable to me.
Yeah, Mika definitely uses a wide range of weapons. He also uses like a catalyst, right? Or am I mistaken? I can't remember. But Varka also took in Mika. Okay. I can't recall how many characters he's taken in personally. The only ones that I can name off the top of my head is Rosaria and Razor. But there's probably a few more that I'm missing that I just can't remember. But yeah, the more the characters talk about Varka, the more I'm excited for it. I know there's been a lot of discussion, especially on Twitter, Jesus, with what Varka would look like, and people being disappointed. And I mean, fair enough, they're valid. I don't care if he's skinny, I don't care if he's big and muscular. I just want to know more about him, alright? About the acting Grand Master.
The deputy... the acting Grand Master is a strong and considerate leader who always makes me feel at ease. She's always out there looking after all of us. Whether it's organizing work, rendering first aid, or cooking delicious meals. There's so much I can learn from her.
Or throwing children. But yeah, Jean really does fit the role of a leader. There's a possibility I can see that they would kill off Varka, like in one of the story quests later on, and then Jean takes over. Since a lot of people in Mondstadt just has gotten used to her at this point. Like, there's still a very real possibility that Varka can die and he won't be playable. I know that would upset a lot of people though. Jean as an individual definitely holds herself very well, although she constantly kind of belittles herself in that aspect. But overall, I like Jean. Amber.
Oh, Amber the Outrider? She's the most reliable vanguard and has amazing reconnaissance skills. The roles of frontline surveyors and the Outriders are similar, given that we both operate ahead of the main force. Amber has a lot of experience, and I've learned a lot of survival skills from her, as well as how to better maintain my crossbow strings and arrows.
It fairs. But that is something I kind of want to see more with Amber, is having her in more cutscenes and actually showing off her survival skills. Seeing her actually recon areas, since we saw that in the manga with her being like, you know, listening on people's conversations, going to a hilly chill camp, and how she spotted devices. I would really like to see that kind of thing in-game. Amber kind of gets a lot of hate mainly for her kit being bad, I can understand that. But I think it's because we just don't see much of her actual skills put into cutscenes. So hopefully when more areas get added onto Mondstadt, which judging by the lore that is constantly dropped in game with there being a part near Mondstadt, there's a very good chance that we'll get that. You know, hopefully we get to see Amber in that, maybe, with a few cutscenes. Because all we really gotten is confirmation that she's actually gone out on recon, but we've never actually seen it. Eula tasks.
Captain Eula is a strong fighter with a combat style of her own, and she's always looked out for me.
Oh.
When I first joined the company, she assigned me a variety of tasks, way more than what other members had, and that quickly improved my ability to adapt. Once I grew accustomed to the way she expresses herself, I was able to work together with her just fine.
I feel like the reason why she gave him more tasks to do is probably because Eula probably saw, oh yeah, he can handle this. This is something he is capable of. Because I think what Mika suffers from is he undermines himself a lot, yet he's very good at what he does. And please Mika, please show us the map of Tvet, please. But yeah, I think it's very easy to get accustomed to the way that Eula expresses herself. Like, you might be confused at first, but after, like, I don't know, spending like a day with her, you'll probably be like, alright, this is just a thing she does. She's very cute in that aspect. Eula daily conduct.
Actually, I really admire Captain Eula. She is friendly and free-spirited. Oh, and her mental fortitude is out of this world. Oh, if other people gave me strange looks all the time and talked behind my back like they do about her, I don't think I'd be able to leave my room.
I can definitely see Mika breaking under that kind of pressure. But yeah, Eula definitely has a strong mental fortitude, since Eula definitely had every right to be a villain with how people saw her and mistreated her. But it's probably thanks to Varka, Jean, and Amber kind of taking her in. Since I can't remember if it was Varka or Jean that took her in, Amber being there definitely helped Eula. And showing her like, oh yeah, I will not judge you because of your family. But having that kind of head on your shoulders is a very good thing to have. And it probably does eat away at her sometimes, which that's just a given, but she can push through it. About Lisa.
Our librarian Lisa had always offered her help when I was first teaching myself how to draw maps. She even found a bunch of useful books for me to study. If only I could be as well-learned as she is. After all, it never hurts to have more knowledge, and you never know when you might need it.
I don't know, Lisa might have a different thing to say about that. Lisa paid a heavy price for the knowledge she learned. What was it? She got like half her life reduced? I mean, it's always nice seeing Lisa actually help different characters with learning things, especially like take Razor for example. Just seeing her go out of her way to help those kind of characters. Like, she definitely does have her Ada vibes, you know? When it comes to these moments where she's just helping characters, it's very nice to see. But we also saw in Lisa's outfit event, she was very scared when she thought that we had entered the academia. Because that's the reason why she even left in the first place, was when she gained that knowledge. Lisa definitely knows the burden of having too much knowledge. About Klee.
Oh, Klee? She's super cheerful, and I've heard that she's as strong as the Grand Master himself.
Really?
She's invited me to go on adventures with her before, and we always had a great time together. Although, she would experiment with dangerous weapons from time to time, which means I've had to revise my maps on several occasions.
Of course.
But I still feel it's worth it.
Wow, Klee is as strong as Varka? I mean, the fact that she can, like, reshape mountains and all that, like, I could guess she was strong in that department. But as powerful as Varka, is that just rumors that people kind of made up? Or is it actually, like, a fact? Like, we know that Klee alone can kill an in-game boss by herself from her birthday message that she sent us. Because I think someone did a side-by-side of what Mondstadt used to look like before and after Klee. Like, she floated side a lake, she's, you know, destroyed mountains. She is definitely dangerous. Ah, about Venti.
I really like that bard. He's a very talented performer. Oh, and his melodies always seem to make me feel at home. If I had to pick a tune that best represents Mondstadt, oh, it'd definitely be one of his.
As?
It's too bad that I'm not often in the city. Otherwise, I could bring him some gifts every day.
Yeah, just bring him some wine. He'll appreciate it. But yeah, I keep forgetting that characters just see Venti as, like, a drunken bad, whilst we know he's an Archon and all of that. But hearing them say, like, oh yeah, his tunes, like, represent Mondstadt, showing that he's still kind of a part of Mondstadt and not just letting them be on their own kind of thing. And hopefully, with us, we actually get to know what he's hiding. Because he is definitely hiding something, and I refuse to believe otherwise. Ah, Mr. Albedo.
The Chief Alchemist has been very kind to me. He helped me make all the survey equipment I use in the field. I even have some pens he made that will work even when I'm hanging upside down from a tree.
Hey?
But it seems that making artistic sketches is quite different from making maps. I've tried to make some sketches of a target area as supplemental intel before. And word has it that Captain Albedo went silent for a long time when he saw them.
I mean, wouldn't a pen work even if you are hanging upside down in a tree? Like, I definitely can't see it not working. But I feel like drawing a map upside down is probably not the best of ideas unless you're very skilled in doing it, which we know he is, but I don't know, still taking a risk if you're doing that. But I don't know, if you've definitely created something that has caused Albedo to go silent, it's rather it's really good or he's very disappointed. More about Mika.
Everyone in the Knights of Favonius is really strong. And I feel like there's something I can learn from each member. After gaining new skills from everyone, I should also do my best to return the favor. So if there's anything the others need help with, then I'll do my best to make that happen.
I mean, if we're talking about the knights that went with Varka, yeah, I can definitely see that. But the knights that are in Mondstadt that stayed behind, some of them are probably not the best to learn from. But if we're talking about like Jean, Kaeya, Albedo, those types of people, yeah, you definitely can learn something from those. Just the regular generic NPCs, I don't know. Be careful of what you try and learn from them. Alright, and yeah, I think that does it. But yeah, Mika is definitely an interesting character. It would be nice to get to know more information about the Varka and that kind of group and what they've done. Which, as we can see here with the Friendship Level 6 voice lines, we get to know about Varka and the Captain, which is going to be very interesting to hear when that gets unlocked. So yeah, if you enjoyed this type of video, I've made content similar to it, which you can find here. And if you would like to see more of this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.